All right, so welcome back to the Battlefield live stream right here. You may be watching us on Twitch. You may be watching us on battlefield.com, even on Amazon. And while you're over there at Amazon, make sure you head over and pre-order Battlefield 4 now. And a big shout out to all of our other sponsors. I mean, again, Twitch helping us out, doing some live streaming here, AMD. But let's go and hop into the game and really show off, again, what our gameplay has to offer here. I mean, again, Battlefield 4, we've talked about the spectator mode. We've talked about in-game things that have been added to the game. There's just so many different elements that have been brought into the game. And one of the things that I think that's kind of interesting is we've been talking a lot. We've been kind of diving into some things. I think it would be a nice little change of pace to kind of give a perspective of what shoutcasting really is.
Corey,
taking advantage of it.
I don't think that there are two other human beings on this planet that could do what we... No, seriously,
I like
though.
where you're going. That was like all...
I mean, I was like really into it, and then I like dialed it back. My humbleness came into place. Well, real quick, though, I just want to give a massive, massive shout out to the Reddit community. I am posting on there regularly. Those guys, you know, you were not kidding when you said this is an intelligent audience.
Oh,
they certainly
highly
are.
Intelligent.
And it really has been cool. They've been soaking up every single bit of information that has been given out by the DICE guys, and as well, you know, as us as well. You know, we're players. We play these games. Corey is you know, a veteran in the PC gaming world. I come from a long time, a heritage of playing, and heritage, I use that word, playing console gaming. It's in my family. It's in my blood.
It's in your blood.
You know, it's a console gaming family that I live at. But seriously though, so we are very much just fans of what we were seeing and what happened there.
All right, so I think what's happening is, and this is probably, you know, curiosity killed the cat, right? Well, same situation's happening here. They're trying to figure out what exact pillars can be destructible, especially since we see these levolution things. Hey guys, just wanted to give you a heads up there who are playing the games here. Of course, we've got 64 players playing right now, 2 commanders that are actually, they're not even taking up any designated spots. So I think one of the things that's been kind of confusing for those of you that are at home that have been watching, we've been utilizing the spectator mode. And I know, I agree with you, when we look at, I think he just blew up himself. But whenever you're looking at it, I know you're trained, for those that are in the Battlefield community, you're trained to shoot at the orange or shoot at the red. Well, in spectator mode, it's designated for one team to be one color and another team to be the other color. So currently what we have here on Siege for Shanghai, the U.S. is blue and the Chinese are orange. And so depending on which team we're on at the time, then we can actually tell which, you know, whether it's blue or orange that we need to be looking at. So we'll try to keep you up to date right now. So right now, since we're on the Alpha side, we are on the U.S. side, then they're going to be shooting at the Chinese opposition.
That is right, and a big point of interest here always is going to be the skyscraper, so you're going to see a lot of players pushing in this direction here, but Alpha 12 trying to destroy that ship there, so that this way they were going to be able to, I guess, not allow the orange guys, the CN squad, to manage to get that area. So we're going to see what happens here and stick with Alpha 12 in his journey, as he is going to look to potentially cause some carnage with his teammate or make his way over to B, which seems to be their point of interest right now. That's going to be the metro station.
All right, let's take a look.
Run some people.
Let's take a look at the tabletop view, really figure out exactly where these players are at. You can see right now, you've got B, C, and D, and they've got complete control so far. They spotted one, and see if they might be able to cause. He was able to pick up one over there towards that A side there in Alpha. You can see that you've got a UAV scan that's happening right now at the same time. B, C, D, and E are all picked up by the Chinese team. They've got 752 ticks there to US 615. And so you can tell that they're in complete control and taking complete advantage of the commander mode. Since they've got B, C, and D, well, that means that they've got control over some really great offensive perks.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, bear in mind, folks, that for every territory that you control, you get those perks that the commander can utilize to assist you in the battlefield. So you see Alpha 14 finding a couple people over by this alley here. A couple sloppy shots, but, you know, probably trying to get his bearings together. Could potentially throw a scope on that. Maybe could benefit him a little bit more as opposed to going for that long-range gunfight with the iron sights. But, you know, I respect his hustle, so he's going to keep on going. and in fighting the good fight. So, and look at this here, a lot of CN fighters, actually, CN infantry going to be near him at this point in time. Tank's going to be there for support as well, able to lay down some cover fire. That tank is going to be assisting, and it seems like they're going to be winning this area here at the very least.
Oh, look, he's trying to be able to slide in. He's got the C4. He will be taken down. As, again, the Chinese have been in such control so far, but they have lost C, and it looks like that B flag is right now under contest there. You just spotted one. We're right now on board with Alpha 13, but there's quite a few members that are over there towards that B side. You can see that the Alpha commander has made the call that they need to attack B right now. They're going to leave C open, but they need to attack that B side, but you got to be on the lookout. There are so many Chinese players there for the Bravo team inside of that that B flag area.
Well, they have C, so that means that they have the ability to use the AC-130 gunship, right?
Right.
Now, whether or not that becomes a factor into the game is going to be a different question. Whether it's already been used as something that we don't know at this point in time.
Well, one of the things, though, too, that you brought up, too, is the AC-130, that gunship. The question is the skyscraper still up? The reason why that's being brought up is because whenever that building falls, not only does it change the flag, we've talked about this numerous time and time again, but it brings up the debris, which whenever you're in the AC-130, whenever you're up there in the gunship, it's so difficult to see because of all of that dust and debris.
That's right. I do agree with you on that one. That is why I am expecting that skyscraper to come down eventually, especially because of the fact that they have C. But as you see there on the bottom left of your screen, C is being contested right now by the CN squad. But on the other end of that, the spawn hill, the spawn flag, the E flag for CN is being contested by the US squad. So with that said, we're going to see a little bit of a flip here in just a little bit. B still in the control of the US squad.
Nice nade.
Yeah, that was actually a very good nade. Alpha 13. Oh, look at this. He's going to clean this one up here. Got him.
Oh, what are you? He's trying to be able to go for the melee. As right now, again, we're on the Alpha side, so this is not messing around at all. I think he's trying to figure out how to get unprone, as he's trolling him right now. For everybody at home, here's your first moment in Battlefield where he's just kind of toying with the fact he's laying some M15 mines down. Of course, that's not going to make any cause any damage to an infantry member. But he's just toying around with him right now.
Ooh.
As I think at some point he probably is going to get taken down. Of course, you've got one of the vehicles here. If you go back, you can see the bollards there that are right there on the other side. That's actually what probably kept that that vehicle from making it across the bridge. Yeah,
and the bollards are something that we haven't really spoken all that much about, but it is such an important.
Let's hop into the free cam for a moment and head over there towards one of the C towards the skyscraper and take a look at the bridges so far.
Ooh,
so right now you get the beautiful perspective of, and you can see how they've got such control, and probably a bunch of scouts or sniper rifles that are being utilized up here.
Yeah, without a doubt. You can see, look at this, free cam at its finest, folks. And some great camera work, you know. You got to give him some credit. He was going with the slow, dynamic visuals.
That's one of the things that Daniel Nustro sit there and mentioned, that you have the capability of changing the speeds of how fast you move around the map. So again, right there. So if we need to get into the action quick, we can hop right into it. Or if we need to slow things down, we can get really down into it.
I think your voice really lends to that, Corey.
That's it.
We really got to
switch it up every now and then.
Into it and slow it down.
Slow it down.
Well, right now, the way we're looking at here, we have the free cam mode. We see Alpha 05 with that tank. And you know what? It seems as if they are going to get super aggressive. I believe that is going to be the B territory that is being flipped right now. So let's see what's up with the tabletop, if you don't mind switching. Excellent switcher, man, you. Yeah, so.
Oh, wow, look at the Chinese. They've got control over 4 points right now.
But you know what, though? They have not. The Tomahawks coming down for the U.S. squad. And here, actually, they only have one Tomahawk here. That's going to really change things up. I think it's going to end up going. No, it's not. That tank is not going to get hit by it. But look at this. A Tomahawk coming down for the CN
Let's take a look
squad.
At the helicopter right there. We've got 2 that are on the screen right now. Let's go and hop on board with them. You can see the picture-in-picture view so far. And right now, as you can see, this is one of those transport helis. Oh, third-person view. I want to see this one fall. Oh, no, he's falling into Actually, he's going to be able to stay alive there.
With that handy-dandy parachute. Just saw him glide down there right at the bottom. So the skyscraper still very much up at this point in time. I guess maybe they don't want to take it down, which makes sense. Oh, and just as I said that, I need to just shut my mouth.
Yeah, it's just in how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those elements. Sometimes it can happen early in the game. Sometimes it can happen later in the game. But for this instance, it took a lot longer. And sometimes it doesn't even have to happen at all. Again, just changing the dynamic of the game in Battlefield 4.
Yeah,
and as you can see, all that first-person view now.
All that dust that's coming up here. So let's see what's going on with some of the footmen, the infantry that are out there as we jump over to the first-person perspective. We saw the skyscraper come down, how the dust is going to be affecting the field of vision for all of these players. It really does change things. The levolution, again, that they had presented at the press conference, you know, what better way to see it than with live players feeling it and understanding it. But now, as we talk, Bravo pushing up here. Good kill there, as that was going to be Bravo 29 taking out one. He's going to get that AK-5C.
He's switching over here for the scout now. He dropped his AK. Okay. Must have not had any ammo in it, but right now you've got, they're over there towards the arcade right now. Of course, he's been able to pick that one up. Of course, Bravo doing a great job so far. The U.S. have been struggling so far.
A sea of blue there as that Bravo player ends up getting taken out. 07 now. And also for you guys back at home, so we can remind you once again that the spectator mode, it is one team's blue and one team's red.
Right, the U.S. are blue, so disregard what you see in the bottom left-hand side right now. The U.S. are actually the blue members that we're seeing, and the Chinese are the orange people, or the orange HUDs that you see.
Exactly. So, and that is, and again, this is all
confusing. It's all spectator stuff.
Exactly, and this is all pre-alpha. So that is why, you know, we heard what's that gentleman's name, Daniel Petros, talking about it, and there's just a lot of cool things that are going to be coming down the line here. I'm really excited for it. They're super pumped for it. When I talked with Alex, he was just so gung-ho about all the new features, and even just some of the other things too that I guess were, you know, the smaller things that he appreciated, such as, you know, the Ballards and things of that nature. That is why when you look at what we're seeing right now, this is all just such innovative gameplay. It's so early in the design of everything. This is just the beginning of Battlefield 4.
Yeah, these players this is pure dominance so far for the Chinese here for the Bravo team.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And so that's his teammate right now. For those of you that are at home having any questions, for those that really are Battlefield enthusiasts, they're like, well, in our first-person view, that's what we're supposed to shoot at is the orange.
Exactly.
And so right now, currently, since he's playing for the Chinese, he's going to be shooting at the blue team.
That's right. Ends up picking up an LMG as well, so that's going to certainly help him out a little bit. You can see that U-100 MK5 on the ground there. But he's just going to hang out. And we're actually getting pretty close here to the end because, you know, the Chinese have been dominating this game, 282 to 680 to 585 in the ticket count at this point in time. Quite surprised by that. We've been seeing some pretty close games this entire day.
Yeah, we can go ahead and kind of hop around here. You can see that looks like Bravo 15 needed to hightail it out of there.
Yeah.
It's actually 16. He had to bounce out of there and utilizing that jet ski. Again, I think that's such a smart idea.
It is.
And being able to hop off of a boat, off of an amphibious vehicle, onto a jet ski, and be able to bounce out.
Yeah, and you can see this Bravo player here. Bravo 16 going to come up to a couple players, able to eliminate
give me
one.
those dog tags.
Oh, man. Ends up taking out one player on that one. So that's going to be a good win for that Bravo player as we jump on board to Bravo 14 now. And he is going to be looking to see if he can catch anyone. But you can see that sea of blue, the Alpha squad on the other side there. They are going to be contending. Nades flying everywhere, and I love the fact that we see where everyone is. We kind of get a good idea of the scope of things.
Yep.
Certainly is a welcome addition to Battlefield.
Yeah, so I mean, we get to see such a great dynamic of the game. I mean, we're seeing so much information that needs to be said.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you're spectating a game, You want to know everything that's going on. When we're talking about sports, it's easy to digest some of the things that are happening because you can see all the players on the field. But whenever we're talking about a team first-person shooter, it's highly difficult to truly explain exactly what's happening. With having the ability to switch from a tabletop view, you can kind of associate yourself exactly
Tabletop's perspective, it really is cool, especially you can click on individual units. If you want to go specifically to a helicopter, you can. A tank, you can. Things like that is really cool.
What's one of the great things, too, is it's not a whole different type of experience. The same type of load screen that you have as a player hopping into the game is no different than the person that's playing the commander mode, and it's no different than the person that is spectating the game in tabletop. They're all synonymous from one another. So you can sit there, it's easy to understand how to jump from each type of place where you're at, whether that's spectating, whether that's commander mode, or you're just trying to get redeployed.
Yeah, and so we are going to be bringing in some new players now so that they can dabble in the action. Again, something to point out, that line has been going down there for days. It has been kind of insane. A lot of people have been digging Battlefield so far.
Shout out to the crew, too, here with the DICE, with EA, Battlefield, everyone. The way that this, I have to point out, if they thought of everything. Not only in-game, not spectating mode, they thought of everything. The people who are having to wait in line right now are getting a fast pass. So they basically are saying, come back at an hour from now, 2 hours from now. This is just phenomenal. It's the idea that you're thinking of every single aspect, even your consumers that are out there. So it's been great watching some good stuff. Shout out to the sponsors, AMD, as well as Razer and Astro, making some great things happen, keeping these gamers comfortable while they play. And also make sure, since you probably loved what you've seen so far, head over to Amazon.com and pre-order Battlefield 4. We'll be right back after the break.